Welcome back to the Smoking Sun channel. This video falls into the notable people category. It's about the legendary Amelia Earhart. But before we begin, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and ring the notification bell. And here we go. Amelia Mary Earhart was born on July 24, 1897 in Atchison, Kansas. She made history as an American aviator, achieving worldwide recognition for being the first woman to complete a solo flight across the Atlantic Ocean. However, her disappearance on July 2, 1937, while attempting to circumnavigate the globe near Howland Island in the Central Pacific Ocean, has remained an enduring enigma, sparking widespread speculation. During her early years, Amelia Earhart's family background was relatively well off, with her father working as a railroad lawyer and her mother coming from a prosperous family. Amelia exhibited a spirit of adventure and independence from a young age, traits that would define her later life. Unfortunately, the family faced financial difficulties due to her father's struggles with alcoholism after her grandparents passed away. As a result, they frequently moved residences. Amelia completed her high school education in Chicago in 1916. After her mother received an inheritance, Amelia had the opportunity to attend the Ogant School in Rydal, Pennsylvania. However, her life took a turn during a visit to her sister in Canada when she developed a strong interest in providing care for soldiers wounded during World War I. In 1918, she made the decision to leave junior college and became a nurse's aide in Toronto. Following World War I, Amelia Earhart enrolled in the pre-med program at Columbia University in New York City. However, in 1920, her parents insisted that she relocate to California to live with them, leading her to leave her studies. It was in California in 1920 that Amelia took her very first airplane ride, an experience that ignited her passion for aviation. This newfound interest prompted her to take flying lessons, setting her on a remarkable path. By 1921, Amelia purchased her first aircraft, a Kinner Airster, and just 2 years later she earned her pilot's license. During the mid-1920s, Amelia moved to Massachusetts, where she worked as a social worker at the Dennison House, a settlement home for immigrants in Boston. Throughout this time, she continued to nurture her fascination with aviation. In the late 1920s, the world of aviation was buzzing with excitement about the possibility of a woman flying across the Atlantic Ocean. In April 1928, Amelia Earhart was selected for this groundbreaking flight. Some speculated that part of the reason for her selection was her resemblance to Charles Lindbergh, who had achieved fame as the first man to complete a non-stop solo flight across the Atlantic the previous year. On June 17, 1928, Amelia embarked on this historic journey, departing from Trepassey, Newfoundland, Canada, as a passenger aboard a seaplane piloted by Wilmer Stultz and Louis Gordon. The flight concluded with a landing at Buryport, Wales on June 18th, catapulting Amelia to international stardom. She chronicled her experience in a 1928 book titled 20 Hours, 40 Minutes, and embarked on a lecture tour across the United States. Much of the promotional work was handled by George Palmer Putnam, a publisher who had played a pivotal role in organizing the flight. In 1931, Earhart and Putnam tied the knot, but she continued her aviation career under her maiden name. Determined to solidify her reputation as an aviation pioneer, Earhart undertook a solo flight across the Atlantic on May 20th to 21st in 1932, flying her Lockheed Vega from Harbour Grace, Newfoundland to Londonderry, Northern Ireland. She accomplished this remarkable feat in a record-breaking time of 14 hours and 56 minutes, despite encountering several challenges, including mechanical issues and adverse weather conditions. Unfortunately, she was unable to land in her intended destination of Paris. Following this achievement, she published The Fun of It, a 1932 memoir detailing her life and passion for flying. Earhart also embarked on a series of flights across the United States. Beyond her impressive aviation accomplishments, Amelia Earhart was a strong advocate for women's empowerment and encouraged them to break free from societal constraints, especially in the realm of aviation. In 1929, she co-founded an organization of female pilots, which later became known as the 99s and served as its inaugural president. She also introduced a functional clothing line in 1933 designed for active women. In 1935, Amelia Earhart made history yet again by completing the first solo flight from Hawaii to California, covering a treacherous route spanning 2,408 miles or 3,875 kilometers, a longer distance than the width of the Atlantic Ocean. Departing from Honolulu on January 11th, she landed in Oakland after 17 hours and 7 minutes the following day. Later the same year, she achieved another milestone by becoming the first person to complete a solo flight from Los Angeles to Mexico City. Her achievements in aviation and her advocacy for women continue to inspire generations to this day. In 1937, Amelia Earhart embarked on a daring journey to circumnavigate the world, accompanied by Fred Noonan, her skilled navigator. Their mode of transportation was a twin-engine Lockheed Electra. The epic adventure began on June 1st and spanned an astonishing 29,000 miles or 47,000 kilometers, with their departure point being Miami, Florida. Their route took them eastward, encompassing a series of refueling stops along the way. On June 29th, they reached Lae, New Guinea, having covered roughly 22,000 miles or 35,000 kilometers by that stage. The next leg of their journey, set for July 2nd, was bound for the remote Howland Island, situated approximately 2,600 miles or 4,200 kilometers away. This leg was anticipated to be particularly challenging, given the tiny size and difficulty in locating the coral atoll. To aid in navigation, 2 well-lit U.S. ships were stationed along their route. Additionally, Earhart maintained intermittent radio contact with the Itasca, a U.S. Coast Guard cutter positioned near Howland. However, as the flight progressed, Earhart sent a concerning message indicating that their plane was running low on fuel. About an hour later, she conveyed, "We are running north and south." Unfortunately, this was the final communication received from the Itasca. It was believed that the plane had gone down roughly 100 miles, or 160 kilometers, from the island. Subsequently, an extensive search and rescue operation was launched in a frantic attempt to locate Earhart and Noonan. Regrettably, on July 19, 1937, the search operation was terminated, and both individuals were declared lost at sea. Throughout their journey, Amelia Earhart had sent her husband various materials, including letters and diary entries, which were later compiled and published in the 1937 book, Last Flight. The mysterious disappearance of Earhart and Noonan captivated the public's imagination and spurred a multitude of theories and claims. Some believed they had crashed on a different island after failing to locate Howland, while others suggested they had been captured by the Japanese. Nonetheless, no conclusive evidence was ever uncovered to support these assertions. The prevailing belief among experts is that Earhart's plane likely ran out of fuel and crashed into the Pacific near Howland. Amelia Earhart remains an enduring figure in popular culture, inspiring countless books and films that continue to recount her remarkable life and disappearance. That will do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and ring the bell to be notified of upcoming videos. Stay curious, everyone, and see you next time.